Alright, and welcome back to another video. We have the infamous Tony Vega again on the channel. How you doing, man?
Oh, sorry.
Welcome back to another episode. And today...
God damn it.
I saw you in the camera, you started fucking laughing. Alright, and welcome back to another episode. And today we have the infamous Tony Vega here. How you doing, man?
God fucking shit.
Alright, and welcome back to another episode. We got Tony Vega again on the channel. We're going to be talking about some PlayStation 3. Let's do it. Alright, and welcome back to another episode. And today we're going to be talking about how we got our PlayStation 3s and just a handful of games that we thought was really good. Not the best in our collection, but just a couple of games that we like to play. And glad to have you back on the channel, man.
No, it's always glad to be back. And PlayStation 3. Wow.
Yeah.
All the good times we had with the system. I mean, not just, that's everything. I'm pretty sure everyone's had great memories with this stuff. So let's talk about how you got yours. How'd that go about? Oh, this specific.
Yeah, this isn't the first one that I got. I'm gonna leave that for another day. But the way I got this PS3 was ridiculous. So I remember I was out with my ex and her mom, and they were doing a yard sale at some place near Columbia Road, and I saw the PlayStation 3. And I didn't want the PlayStation 3, I just wanted the controller.
No, you saw it at a store?
No, it was in the yard sale. I saw it on a table, and I was like, hey miss, yeah, I don't want to buy the PS3, I just want to buy the controller. How much would you sell the controller for? She's like, I'll sell you the PlayStation 3 too, I'll give you a good price. I was like, okay, well how much? She said $20.
Oh, why the hell not?
I was like, yeah. And I was like, why so cheap? She's like, I don't use it, and it's just say I got an addiction. And I was like, all right, an addiction. And I was like, okay. And I gave her the money.
Yeah, she totally sold her kids. Sold
her kids maybe she was a
PlayStation
drug
3.
addict or something, but
I have an addiction.
Yes,
oh, okay.
And $20.
I was thinking gaming addiction.
Yeah, I was like, it could be that, or it could be that. I just thought that was hilarious. Like, wow, she did not give a fuck about this thing.
What town was that in?
It was like in the summer. I think.
It's a town.
Oh, town. Oh, it was in Boston. Like, you know where what's that place? You know where Burger King is near Yu's house?
Yeah, that's Dorchester.
Dorchester. Yeah, it was like on a street going down.
Huh.
Right there. They're having a yard sale, and Yu was selling. We were selling PlayStation 3 stuff, like games.
You were selling.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was selling her Rock Band and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, shit, I want the controller.
Why the hell not?
That's how I got it. So, how did you get your PlayStation 3?
Alright, I used to have the fat model, so I've had this one for a while. But then the fat model broke, which sucked. A game got stuck in there. I forget what game it was. It pissed me off because I love the fat model. The original model for the PlayStation 3 felt solid. Although some of the fans were always screwy.
Yeah.
So I had to pick up another one. I didn't have to pick up another one, but I needed to have a PlayStation in my collection. PlayStation 3. So I went to CEX when they were still open in downtown. Obviously, they're not a thing there anymore. That's they're still in the UK, but they're not a thing here. And I just went there, picked up the system, and just walked on with it. I didn't pay much for it. It may have been less than $100.
What?
On the time I
That
picked it
shit's
up,
beautiful too, the white one.
Yeah, this is one model I've never had. I've seen it on the market, but I mean, I saw it for cheap. I was like, why the hell not? Snatched it up and so I can play some PlayStation 3 games again.
Yeah, and I already have this one. I mean, I like it. I still want to get this one because it looks really cool. I saw they have a blue one and a red one.
Yeah, my brother David had the red one.
Oh, nice. That's my dope. Yeah, it's a cool story. Less than $100 and $20, but hey, it's whatever. So let's talk about the games. Let's
All right, and I'll throw one out there first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's show Infamous 2. I do own one, and I also own Infamous Second Son on the PlayStation 4, but this is definitely my favorite in the series. I've enjoyed the story very much for both of them. And I've had this specific copy for a long time. I bought it when FYE used to be in downtown. And actually, I think it's still up to date in here.
That was cool.
When I picked that up. Picked this up, geez, what's the date on here? June 25th of 2011 at 3:02 p.m.
And let's show the proof. Damn, yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be able to pick that up.
And when I purchased it, I bought the collector's edition, so it came with the book bag, which I wish I still have it. I destroyed that thing. I
Well-
used it everywhere I went when I first picked up the collector's edition of the game.
It's not gonna show it, but you know, the fact that he still has the receipt, he wouldn't lie about the receipt.
I keep the receipts for all my games. I always throw them inside there. But I really enjoyed Infamous 2 a lot. I feel like Second Son didn't live up to Part 2.
Really?
At least I feel that way, but it's still a good game. They're both good games, but if you're going to play any game in the Infamous series, it would probably be Part 2.
Part 2?
At least. And Part 1 stories. They're all good. Let's leave it at that.
So I just got a question for you, because I've played Part 1, I've played a little bit of this one, but which character would you say is cool, Desmond or him? I love Desmond.
I like Desmond's style.
Yeah.
Maybe the way he dresses. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But I prefer Cole as a character.
Mm.
For sure.
I guess me and you I like him, but I like Desmond. I don't know. It's just maybe it's just the actor. I don't know, because he's Troy Baker. He does a great job with characters.
I mean, Troy Baker definitely does do good work, but I would really wish they would stop using the same voices for every character. And I mean, he changes up his voice quite a bit. He does a pretty good job. Just like hearing the same voice actors, like I know that guy.
Exactly.
It's this guy again,
Exactly.
or it's this girl again. You get really bored with that. At least I do
Yeah,
with that. You know, throw some new voice actors in there.
exactly.
Somebody else some love.
True.
You know?
Alright. Yeah, that's a good game. I've never finished it. I only finished Part 1 and Second Son, but probably gonna go around and playing that.
All right.
All right.
What's next on the agenda?
All right. That's a good game.
Oh.
See what you got there.
All right. Everyone loves the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, fifth one in the series. I prefer Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion as my top, Elder Scrolls game that I usually go back to. Not that that takes anything away from what Skyrim did. That game was fun as hell, and I put a bunch of time in that. But
Yeah.
the reason I originally bought the PlayStation was because you had the PlayStation 3 at the time, and you also had that game, and I saw that game. I was like, I need that system.
Yeah.
And I could have bought a 360 because the game does run better on that, but I ended up getting the PlayStation 3 instead. And I'm happy I did. There was a bunch of exclusives that I enjoyed, but I enjoyed putting a lot of time in Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Beat every expansion that was in the game, every main
Yeah,
story.
you did.
I almost finished every side quest in the game.
Damn, that's a lot of fucking hours.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with that game. And I preferred the gameplay. Okay, the models maybe don't look as good as Skyrim, but I feel like the game's definitely more colorful.
Exactly. That's why I like it more. It's a
Yeah.
colorful game.
Definitely the colors pop, but it makes sense because in Skyrim it's snowy area, things like that, so things that need to be a bit more gray.
Yeah.
But I still prefer the colors that pop in Oblivion.
Exactly. That's the only thing, and I think the music it's not as like dreary. Like I play Skyrim, I kind of start falling asleep because of the music. Oblivion had more like uplifting music for me.
Which also makes sense too,
Yeah.
with the settings and how
Exactly.
the music fits with that setting.
Yeah.
But I understand that too, because it's the same reason it's hard for me to play Minecraft.
Yeah. Oh, the
Because
music in that fucking puts
That
me to sleep.
puts me to sleep. There's no way in hell I can play that game for too long.
Yeah. That's a really good game, Oblivion. I gotta finish that too. I got stuck in that damn troll world. Painting.
The troll painting.
Yes.
I got stuck in that once too.
Oh.
But I had a save that I did before that.
Yeah.
To make sure
That's why I never did that. I just put one save and then that was it. And I was like, after that game, I started putting multiple saves, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
get stuck in games like that.
That definitely did mess me up though. I went in there with barely anything. I think it destroyed me.
Yes.
Those trolls. And it wasn't just one troll, it was a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like-
Fucked me up so bad.
What you got?
Oh, this is not I don't have that many games on my PS3. I had a big stack, but then my PS3 broke. But when I recently got this PS3, I always wanted to try this game, and I never got the chance to. But I got it recently with this one, and it's Tony Hawk's Project 8. This game is okay. It's nowhere near as good as like the other ones, but when I first popped this in, I was like, wow! It's like the detail on this game is crazy. Like the part that you didn't get to see when we were playing it was like, let's say you do this move, you put both the sticks in, it goes to the skateboard, and you control his feet with the stick. So like you want to do a kick flip or heel flip, you would move the sticks around, and it's just so detailed. And I just love like since I have like a, what's that called? I love sneakers so much that like when you see the detail they put into the sneakers, they didn't even have to do that. They just did it. I was like, wow. You could tell that the person who made this was like, they had a lot of passion into like detail, and that, to me, that's the details is what matters in games sometimes, you know.
No, it definitely helps a lot when they pay attention to detail. I've always thought gameplay's king, but
Yeah,
it helps
gameplay,
when it has a healthy balance of all those
Yeah,
things.
with the passion, and then in the gameplay too, you know, like with the tricks and stuff, you know, they wanted you to see how the tricks are performed, little stuff like that made the game good.
No, I never played this one myself. The last Tony Hawk game I played was Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD.
How was that one? I never played that one.
I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. It had a bunch of the original levels from the first and the second game. And this is obviously something that was released before the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater that was just released. Well, not new, but remastered versions of 1 and 2.
I want to get that.
And I avoided these games because they got a really bad rap around that time.
Yeah.
A bunch of the different Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, just hearing they were crap. Something about there was a Wii version with a skateboard.
Oh yeah, I know. I forgot
Was that
the
downhill?
name. That one was fun though, actually. Downhill, like that was the first one that came on the Wii. But like it was mostly a racing game. You just go down the hill and it felt like just like a racing game. Really intense, fast game.
Well, there was another one that
it had actual skateboard.
It was an actual
yeah,
board.
I never played it, but I heard the skateboard shit just didn't work.
Yeah, I didn't bother. Like I said, there was nothing but bad reviews for those, and so I kind of avoided them. And I didn't really feel the need to jump into another game with all the other stuff I was playing, so I was like, if it's bad, then why even bother?
Exactly. Then I'll move on to the next one. WWE 12. And the reason I love this, I love this game a lot, but I'm not the best in the series, but I got this for Christmas from my ex, and I was like, wow, I was not expecting this game, you know. She got it for me, and I was like, wow, and it was even better because they said when you pre-ordered it, you get The Rock. She didn't pre-order it, but I got the code for The Rock. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. It's like,
it came as a little code in there.
yeah, a little code, and I didn't pre-order the game. I asked her, is you? She's like, no. And, yeah.
Was it a code on the receipt or something they included in the box?
It was like, right here.
Yep, it's in the box.
Yeah, see? I'm gonna show you guys. Didn't pre-order it. And I got the code for The Rock. It was just special to me, you know. I was like, wow. Like, she really knows me. She knows I love WWE, and I didn't even tell her what I wanted for Christmas, and that's what she got me. Great game. Gameplay was okay. It was way better than WWE 11. I don't even remember what that shit was. Do you remember?
I barely remember WWE 11. Hell, I barely remember this. I mean, I stopped liking them around the time where they started putting the reversals on one button.
Yeah.
When they put it all in the R2. Because I enjoyed 2008, SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I enjoyed that one a lot. And I believe 2010 was the last time they used the SmackDown vs. Raw label.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they did, yeah. And the thing, I didn't realize this, but I think this was the first one that you could create your own arena. That's what made it different, and it has custom soundtracks.
Huh.
So if you had your own music, you could download it on it, and you could record and upload shit. I never did all that, but yeah. I'd say this game is still good. It's probably really cheap. If you want, you pick that up. It's probably like $5. Good game. Yeah.
I'll take
Too
it.
bad.
Alright, not so many people ever bring this game up, and I definitely think it's one worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of, I guess, Resident Evil 4, because it's the more action of the Resident Evil games. Shadow of the Damned.
And that did feel like Resident Evil 4 when I was playing it.
There's a reason for that, too. Shinji Mikami helped work on this game, and he worked on Resident Evil, including Resident Evil 4. Who else? Akira Yamaoka did the soundtrack for the game. There was one, and of course, Suda51. That make really interesting stuff. If you're definitely into Resident Evil 4, 5, I'd say check this game out. It's got a lot of the action that everybody likes from those kinds of games. I prefer horror and suspense over action, but I still enjoyed the game anyway. It's got a really cool atmosphere with it too. Character with a lot of personality, that's for sure. And that's not something. It's not something I didn't expect, especially with Suda51. Definitely one I need to finish though, because I haven't finished it yet.
So it's not scary at all. Does it have any jump scares at all?
I mean, I guess it has maybe a few jump scares, but I mean, it's not anything that really caught me off guard. It's more like atmospheric horror that gets under my skin rather than quick scares and things like that.
Okay.
But it's still a fun game. The gameplay's fun. You can have a good time with it for sure.
I was playing a little bit of it. I would when we were playing it, I wanted to keep playing, but just the video.
No, of course.
Definitely gonna want to play that again.
What's there?
Yeah, I'll let you. Hey, if you want to borrow any of these games, you can definitely. I mean, you already have.
I'll definitely borrow that game.
Yeah. And this game is another game that is special to me. That I've had this since I had my original. It is the Metal Gear Solid collection, and the reason this game is special to me, again, I don't know how she knew, but my ex bought me this, and I had no idea she knew I loved Metal Gear. Like, I told her I liked it. I didn't tell her how much I loved it. She got me this, and I've beaten Peace Walker. No, the only one I beat on this was Solid 3. I didn't beat Peace Walker or Sons of Liberty, but the games do look a lot better.
So that was Snake Eater, right? Part 3?
Yeah, Snake Eater is my favorite Metal Gear of all time.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would say is Part 4.
I probably enjoyed Twin Snakes.
Oh, Twin Snakes was a good one too. I love that one.
I mean, it was a nice, cool remake of the first one. So
Yeah, the graphics were great. But just, if you ever get a chance to play Metal Gear, I'd say definitely play Part 3 because like you just learn so much. Like if you play them and then you play this one, you're like, wow, okay, this is why this is the way this is, and it just makes everything make sense.
I'll have to check it out. Huh?
Yeah, and then Part 4, Part 4 is not the greatest game. It's okay. It's the story and how it closes it. It's like, wow, what an ending.
Ties it up all
Exactly.
the
Exactly. Gameplay's not the best, but the way that it ends it, that's the part was like, wow, great fucking game. But yeah, I recommend this game to anybody that likes stealth games or just Metal Gear in general.
I definitely enjoy the HD collections that they do.
Yeah.
When they did them. It's too bad they didn't give as much love to the Silent Hill HD collection.
Yeah.
Because that didn't do as good. Although it doesn't play too bad on the PlayStation 3, but I know that the 360 didn't get a patch for it, so it doesn't play too great on that.
Yeah, we played, remember that boss guy? I was supposed to be dead. He didn't kill me.
Constantly getting stabbed by Pyramid Head on the first meeting with him in the hotel, but every time he got hit with the Great Knife, I show the animation for him dying, but then he would just get back up and keep walking.
Great game.
Yeah, especially when you're immortal. No, but I definitely have to check out some more Metal Gear in my life.
You want, you definitely borrow that game whenever you want.
Speaking of Silent Hill, definitely not a favorite among the Silent Hill fan base and aficionados and stuff like that. But I've enjoyed pretty much every Silent Hill game since the first game that came out, so I pretty much tolerate anything they throw at me. And I definitely enjoyed this one because I definitely wanted my horror on the PlayStation 3. I wasn't getting too much of it. There was definitely some good horror games out there, but I definitely enjoyed Silent Hill Homecoming. Well, a lot of people weren't fans of it, but like I said, I definitely enjoyed this game. And still had Akira Yamaoka doing the soundtrack. So, another soundtrack that knocked it out of the park for me. I remember pre-ordering this at the GameStop in Jamaica Plain here in Boston. And they didn't have any copies the day the game came out. So we're still waiting for stuff to come in. It's like, great, but you get every other freaking game that's more popular right away. But of course, the one game I want, it wasn't there. And I believe it was Jasmine's birthday around that time when I finally did get the game. And everyone was going to hang out with her. I was like, nah, I'm going to stay home. I just got Silent Hill Homecoming. And I fiended the crap out of this game. I played it to death. I just...
I was going to ask you too, because I know how you are with Silent Hill.
Yeah, I didn't hang out with her on her birthday because I finally got a copy. So I stayed home and I played it. I can't remember. I don't even know if she knows that story, but I still don't for a good cause.
Yeah, I would do the same shit. Remember, we would call out of work to play certain games.
Yeah.
I remember that. Like, oh, I'm not coming to work today. Sick. Don't do that, people. It's irresponsible. It's very irresponsible.
It is, but it was for the right causes.
Yes.
It was for the right cause.
Call of Duty called out. Silent Hill, you called out.
Yeah. There's no way in hell I was going to work with when that game came out. It's funny you mentioned the calling out the day the game came out, because I called out the day the game came out, but it wasn't there, so I was like, great, this is awesome. I called out of work and the damn game's not here.
So you had to call it out twice then?
I think her birthday was on a weekend that year.
Nice.
I could be wrong, but if it did come out, I'm pretty sure I called out. There's no way in hell I did. But it's Silent Hill. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, and I definitely enjoyed it. I had a good time with Homecoming.
Yeah, and I remember when he got it, I remember seeing the gameplay for it, and I was like, how it transforms. I was like, nah, that's not how the game's gonna really play. But then I saw you playing it now, it fucking does that. I was like, that's so cool.
They took that trend that you're talking about when it switches over to the Hell State.
Yeah.
They took that from the movie because
Yeah.
it was definitely popular in the first Silent Hill movie,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not the biggest fan of, but at least the first one is better than the second. The second movie is actually dog shit.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, the fucking boyfriend. He's like so cheesy.
It's stupid too because the character that the boyfriend plays, Vincent, who's from Silent Hill 3, his character is so much more. It's so much more, you know, like detailed and fleshed out in the game, and his character just stands out because he's a really good character. And then they turn him to her boyfriend, and
Cheesy.
cheesy as hell.
Yeah, cringy.
He falls in love with a girl he just meets.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this garbage?
I hate when they do that. Like, why you gotta have a love interest in a fucking movie sometimes? Just give us the action.
They really wanted to put him as a love. They did not need a love interest in that movie, and they definitely didn't make Vincent a love interest. Ugh. But I digress. What do you got?
All right. This is a very popular game. I'm pretty sure everybody in the world played it, and that is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Now I have some. I know you had to. Did we buy this game all together?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. The reason I picked this game was because like Modern Warfare 2 was so good, so I was like so hyped.
Everyone loves Modern Warfare 2. I don't like that.
You don't? Damn.
A lot of the levels that I played on was definitely for snipers.
Oh yeah.
At least I felt that way for the game. But people swear by Modern Warfare 2. They swear by it. And I'm like, yeah, it was an okay game. I had my fun with it, but it wasn't my favorite.
Part 1 is the best.
Part 1's definitely my favorite, the Modern Warfare series. I put a lot of time into that. But I still had more fun with Modern Warfare 3 than I did with Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. And I had that cool mode in this one where like you do co-op together and you just fight waves of people, and then like they would send like a juggernaut in there and you have to fight the juggernaut.
I think I remember that. You could play that split screen too.
Yeah,
with a
that
friend
shit
on the
was
same
it was so
system.
fun. To me, that's what made the game in the online, obviously. But that was fun because like, let's say you don't want to play online and get your ass whipped, you could just play with a friend and play the wave shit.
Like I said, I don't mind the Modern Warfare games. I enjoyed them, but I enjoyed Treyarch's releases, which is why World at War is my favorite of the Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
It tells a really good story. But I still had my fun with Modern Warfare 3. That wave mode you were talking about was fun, but it was that was definitely put into the game because Treyarch's releases always had zombies, so they kind of had to put something in there that kind of like
compete with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought of it that way. That is probably it. But yeah, the game's good. This isn't my original copy. I bought it for $4.49, so I'd say for that, yeah, pick that shit up. All right.
Your honorable mention.
Oh, an honorable mention. I would have. I don't have any gameplay of this, but I'll just talk about it. And it is my favorite, my actual favorite Call of Duty. I don't know. Between Modern Warfare 1 and this one, I love this one a lot. Black Ops. This game was perfect to me. I think the story mode was great. I played the story mode multiple times. The online was great. I think was this the first one that had gun game, or was that Modern Warfare had that too, right?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think this was the first one.
Yeah, I love that gun game. That shit was so fun. Or was it One in the Chamber?
One in the Chamber.
One in the Chamber. That mode was so scary. You shoot somebody, you get your
bullet.
But
that was intense. That was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
I enjoyed One in the Chamber a lot. Gun game was always fun. It was always a good time to play a gun game. But One in the Chamber was
scary.
That was scary. It was fun. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I definitely it's Treyarch, right? Yep. It's
Yeah.
Treyarch. So of course, there's no reason why I didn't like
And the zombie mode was good in that one too.
Yes, I believe there was a level with theater in that one, right?
Yes. This was the best one. No, I think the World War the one in fucking Vietnam or something like that. World at War. That was the best zombies one, I think.
I definitely enjoyed the zombies in World at War, but Black Ops did have some cool maps. And I mean, my brother Joshua likes Die Rise. I think that's one of the zombie maps in Black Ops 1.
I forgot what your map is.
It's like a skyscraper.
Can't remember. There's so many goddamn levels. I don't know. If I saw it, I would remember.
Well, I'll definitely have to play it sometime because
Yeah.
I think I still have that.
Didn't we do something like that when you had like a bunch of Xbox 360s?
We had LAN parties.
That shit was so fun.
Yeah, that's definitely something we need to do more of. We bought a bunch of 360s just to have LAN parties to play this together.
Yeah,
That was fun.
it was.
Okay, and the last game, it's definitely, I guess you could consider as a hidden gem. Not too many people talk to me about it, but I randomly picked it up at a store. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and it's definitely something I would recommend people check out. It's Alice Madness Returns. the story with that game, you know, how did I kind of just, I saw it, you know, just hanging out on a shelf at CEX when it was still there. And I was just trying to pick up a bunch of different games. I forgot what the other two games I bought were, but I definitely remember, no, it was a game called Wet.
Oh, I really like that game.
I bought that.
That was cool.
I forget what the third game was. And I bought Alice Madness Returns. I didn't pay much for it, and then I actually ended up enjoying Alice more than I thought I would. And I hate the Cheshire Cat, so typically I usually stay away from like Alice anything. But you know, it's kind of, I guess I'm starting to tolerate it more.
Mm.
Just as much as I hate Peter Pan,
You hate Peter Pan?
I hate Peter Pan. He's such a little asshole.
He is.
I hate him. I hate him. Just he's such a prick. Okay, but forget my hatred for Peter Pan for a moment. Little prick bastard. I have to.
I'll have to see the movie or cartoon. Like, I think I know
You
what you're
have to
talking
see the
about.
part where he's trying to. The girls are trying to drown Wendy, and then you know the girls. Wendy goes to Peter for help, and then the girls go, "Well, we were only trying to drown her." And then Peter says, "See, and like she's like, "See, trying to drown her, okay?" And I understand why they weren't like as peeved about the drowning because you couldn't die there, right? Was that what the whole thing was? They couldn't die there as kids.
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
they could live forever as kids.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, so the drowning is no damn big deal to Peter. Like, I don't know, this really got me. But back to Alice. It's a great game. It plays what can I compare it to? Maybe like a God of War or Dante's Inferno kind of thing. You know, you have your basic melee weapons like her Vorpal blade, I think that's what it's called. She has a pepper shooter that acts as her gun, which is pretty cool. I just recently got to the stage where she gets a heavy weapon. It's a
Horse hammer?
horse hammer, yeah. But I definitely enjoy the atmosphere of this game too. It's very dark, the real dark take on Alice, like the Brothers Grimm tales of those old stories.
Yeah.
She was in Wonderland because there's a game before this called and it's included with this copy of the game.
Oh, that's
It
cool.
was a PC game, and she went to Wonderland before. She experienced what she experienced, and then in this game she comes back and you know she needs to fix things in Wonderland. Shit's not the same. You know everything's pretty messed up. She's trying to collect her memories there. It's definitely a kid who's going through a lot of stuff, and she ends up going to Wonderland to try to help him fix things there.
Ah, it's rated M. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that is rated M for mature.
Oh, makes sense. She had a blade.
Yeah, it's kind of covered in blood too.
I didn't even realize that. I'm so immune to that shit now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But yeah, like, seeing all these games on PS3, like, I like PS4 and Xbox One, but I'm thinking I'm gonna just start playing some PS3 again. Like,
Not for good reason. I mean, there's a bunch of different games, cool games that you just.
PS4 is all
Just-
shooting games.
It's definitely a lot of shooting games. Definitely a lot of the same open world games, which are fine. They're not bad games, but it's just more of the same, you know. But there are some exceptions in the PS4. But I feel like there's more variety on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Shit.
And this was around the time where shooters were getting real heavy too.
Yeah.
When the PS3 came out, and shooters were everyone's pick. But you still got your cool picks too.
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but like when the PS3 came out, like I knew a lot of games that were out for it. Like, oh, that's cool. I want to get that. For the PS4, it's like I don't know. Like there's a mad games for the PS4, but I don't know them. I don't know why that is. Like PS3, I knew most of the games that came out. PS4, I thought there was like maybe like 300 games. I heard there's over like 1,000 games on the PS4.
Really?
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, there are some good games on the PlayStation 4, but no, I definitely understand what you mean.
Yeah.
But if you feel that way, you can play. What can I recommend? Play Pathological too. It's a really good game that you can buy. It's digital only for the PlayStation 4. You can check that out. You might enjoy that.
Mhm.
But I'm always into horror, so and that's another thing with the PlayStation 4. They didn't get a Silent Hill game. That's Konami's fault. You know,
Why they did not one?
No, not one. We were supposed to get PT.
Oh, that game.
Well, it wasn't called PT. That was the name of the demo. It was called Silent Hills.
Oh yeah.
And
That game was so good,
that got
too.
canceled because Konami started caring more about pachinko machines
And cell phone
and
games.
cell phone games, which they do suck, but they do give a lot of profit to the company.
Yeah.
But the company definitely lost a lot of respect too from its original fans. They definitely don't. I usually kind of avoid Konami products now.
Yeah.
You know, they destroyed Metal Gear with Metal Gear Survive.
I never even tried that either.
It's not worth trying.
And I forgot what game it was. Like they were releasing a game, Konami. Everybody was like so happy about it, but then it's like it's a cell phone game. I think it's like a Castlevania game.
It could have been a Castlevania game for all I know.
They were talking about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Castlevania," and on mobile. Like, what the fuck? Why are you advertising a mobile game? Who fucking cares?
Mobile users, and there's a lot of them out there. So.
Oh,
But I definitely enjoyed. I know what you mean. I definitely enjoyed my time with the PS3
Yeah.
very, very much.
PS4.
I think I bought it for Oblivion and I bought it for Devil May Cry 4.
That game was amazing.
Yeah, I played the hell out of Devil May Cry 4. Which, I could have brought that here today, but I brought what I brought.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely recommend collecting. You know, it's pretty cheap to buy games for the PS3 right now. So if you're gonna get PS3 into PS3 collecting, now would be the time. That way you're not, trying to destroy the bank or anything.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. All right. Well, that seems to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for coming on the show again.
Thanks again.
All
Love to
right.
do it. Love to do this again sometime.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some movies. We'll talk about Peter Pan. We'll do a review on that.
Yeah. Fucking Peter Pan.
But yeah, comment on the bottom. Let us know what you think about these games. Tell us some games you recommend. And as always, I'll see you next time.